Hello and welcome back. You are currently looking at the Phpmyadmin interface on the browser, on my browser Mozilla Firefox, and it has a quite nice interface, right? Yeah, I like the interface like this, and we're simply going to look at some things on the interface here so as to enable us to understand one or two things when we dive into using it. Okay, so now this is the interface of Phpmyadmin, and we'll quickly talk about the users here. Now, if you want to connect to a database, you first of all need to tell the PHP, the server that you're using. Now, since we are installed on a local computer, our server becomes localhost. Okay, now the next thing you need to do is to tell PHP the username that you're using. Okay, now as you can see here, the username here is root. Okay, now they have 5 users, of which root is 3. Okay, now you can use root as localhost, the host as localhost. You can use root as a username and this as the host. Now they're all the same thing. This is a numeric, this is in its own way, and this is what in words. Okay, so this is how you can get the user of a database. And mind you, any user you use to access the database, it only brings you things available on a database with regards to the privileges assigned to you as a user. Okay, so you can create a user from here, and you can decide to what the username of the user, the host of the user is always advised to use localhost, and the password of the user right here. Okay, you can also generate a password if you don't have a password, and it gives you a nicely generated password. Okay, so that is how to assign a user to in Phpmyadmin. I'll go back now to create that. So we've talked about 3 things here: the local host, the username, okay, and the password. Okay, those are the 3 basic requirements to connect to a database using PHP. So don't forget. Now if you look at the left side of my browser here, or your browser if you have the same page open with me, now you see a Phpmyadmin at the top and a list of database. Now all these things you see here are the database that was created by default while Wamp was installed, when we installed it. Okay, I have not created any database recently, but to create a database you just need to click on new right here, and then you see where you are given the opportunity or the field to write the name of your database. So our database is let's say our database name is course1. Okay, let's say course1 like this, and then when you click on create, you discover that our database course1 is now created for us, and the name is there on the left panel. Okay, so if you look at that, you discover that our database have no table. Okay, so you can decide to create a table, tell the user the name of the table. Okay, let's say we want our name to be user, and here you tell the number of columns you want your table to have. Now before I touch that, I would like to explain what I mean by number of columns. Okay,